Hello friends, welcome to my channel Go Digit. Today in this video we will learn about the concept of item charges in Dynamics 365 Business Central. Okay, so to begin with, let me give you a brief description or the definition of what exactly item charge is. So item charges are nothing but a functionality in Business Central where you can include the additional cost which you paid to your vendor while purchasing an item. For example, if you are paying the delivery charges to your vendor or any fuel charges or any sort of freight cost, so what exactly you want, that you want that cost which you incurred as an additional cost, you want to include that cost in the unit cost of your item transaction. So how exactly you can do that is in Business Central by using item charges. Okay, so now to show you how exactly item charges works in Business Central, I have already created two new items in my item list, 70066 and 70067. Okay, the current inventory of first item is 1 and for the second item it is 0. Okay, so now to begin with, we will create a new purchase order for these two items. I'll click on new, and for vendor number I will enter 10,000 and vendor invoice number will be 12545. You can input anything here. Let me select item here, and in the item number I will first input my first item number, which is 70066, and my second item is 70067. Okay, now the quantity will be 1 for both items, and for the first item the unit cost is 100, and for second item the unit cost is 200. Okay, now I have input all my requirement in the purchase line, but there is one thing which I would like to add in my purchase order, which is, like, for example, the delivery charges or the freight charges which you are paying to your vendor, okay, while receiving these items in your company. So how can you do that? We have a functionality, like you can say we have a type here, which is item charges. Okay, charge item, you can select that here, and in the number field you can select the available list of the charge items. If you did not find any available charges, you can always add the same. So for this example I am selecting this JB freight, and in the quantity I will input 1 here, and let me remove the VAT product posting group. No, GST. Here I will input, let's say, because you are ordering the two items, so the vendor is charging you, let's say, $50 for the same, for both of these two items. So I will input here 50 as direct unit cost. Now what the next step is to assign these 50 cost in both of these two items, because obviously we would like to add these 50 amount in as a unit cost in our two items. So how can we do that? What you can do is that first you have to click yes to these two items against the field name, which is allow item charge assignment. Okay, so when you place tick mark on this field, you are telling the system that yes, I would like to assign my item charges amount for both these two items. Okay, so that's why I place the tick for these two items. If I don't want for this item, then I can untick that also, but I want the amount for these two items, so I have placed the check mark to true for both these two items. Now the next step is to select this charge item line and click on more option, click on line, and here select the function item charge assignment. Okay, so when you click here, system automatically created the two lines of the items which you have created in your purchase order. Okay, and this line comes automatically because of the check mark which you did in the purchase line. Okay, so now the next step is that we would like to assign these 50 amount for my two items, against my two items. So how can we do that? So what we can do is we can click on item charge, and here we can use the function suggest item charge assignment. Click here, and here you will get an option like equally, by amount, by weight, by volume. uh, it is totally depend on, like, if you select equally, system will divide the total amount of item charge against the number of lines of items which in your purchase orders. For example, I have two lines, so system will divide the 50 by 2, and it will equally distribute 25 each against my two items. Or you can select by amount, by weight, by volume. It depends on that how what exactly the amount of your each item, it depends on that. And by weight, by volume also. So whichever item has the more amount or more weight or more volume, system will divide that item charge amount based on these parameters. So just for the simplification, I will use equally and click OK. So see, system has divided the amount as 0.5 quantity, and amount is 25 each. Okay, now close that, and that's it. My item charge is equally distributed for against my two items, and now I can easily post the same. So I can click on post and click on receive an invoice. So the first item was we have input, although the cost was 100, but now system will create an item ledger for amount 125. Okay, we can check that also. Just click on yes here, and let me click on navigate. I think this one. No, actually it is becomes very difficult to identify functions, so many function name with the same name. Okay, so now we will check my item ledger. Okay, here it is, the value entry. I'll click here, and you can see system added two freight lines against my two item lines each. So the total cost which we are paying is, for the first item it is 100 plus 25, and for the second item it is 200 plus 25. Okay, so this is the one type of transaction which we can do in the business central before posting. Now there is another method, like if for example you forgot to add the item charges in your purchase order and you posted the same. Now what exactly you want is that you want to include the or add the item charges for your posted invoice. So let's say I'll click on new again and add the 10,000 vendor as here, and let's say for this time I'll add item here, and my new item will be 70067. The quantity will be 1, and the cost will be 200. Okay, so now I can, let's say, post the same. Okay, so receive an invoice. So I have successfully posted my invoice for the same, but I forgot to add the item charges. So how can we add the item charges for the posted invoice? So to do that, just create a new purchase invoice in the system, click on new, add the same vendor against which you posted your invoice, input the vendor invoice. Here select charge item and select your charge item number. The quantity will always be 1 and here the cost will be, let's say, 25. Okay, now the next step is that to click on more option, go to the line and go to the line functions. No, go to the related information and go to item charge assignment. Okay, here you can see the form is currently blank, so just click on item charge and use this function, get receipt lines. Okay, because we have already posted our invoice, so system has already created the receipt lines. So this is my receipt line, just select this and now line automatically created. The next step is to suggest item charge assignment. Here system assign the complete 25 amount in this first line only because I have only one line. Okay, close this and post the same. So this is how we have added our additional cost of $25 against my item ledger transaction which I posted through different purchase invoice. Okay, just for your understanding, let me go back to my item master to check and verify that how system actually added my additional cost. So 70067 and go to the item ledger and here see this is our second method through which we added our additional cost. So here you can see the cost amount is 225. If I drill down this, then you can easily check that against my purchase invoice number 108040, system posted amount 200 as a unit cost, but against from the second invoice, system added the freight charges against my previous invoice of 25, and hence the total cost which is added against my previous receipt is 225. Okay, so this is the another helpful feature of the Business Central, that in case the user forgot to add any additional cost or additional charges in your receipt, then you can always do the same by selecting the posted receipt in your new purchase invoice. So in this video we have learned the two different methods through which we can add our additional charges in the Business Central. I hope you have now totally understand the concept of item charge functionality. Okay, so if you like this video, I request you to please hit the like button and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.